Hey, what's up? Dean here, Performance, and back at the shop working on the Airboat again. This is my buddy, customer, blah blah blah, Dean. Same name as me. He's the other Dean. But I got all the LEDs. Those are yellows. Yellow. Yellow back there, yellow under there, they're everywhere. Then whites, whites. All the LEDs are wired. Navigation lights are wired, the red and the blue. That's that new one I put on. This was his green, not blue. The light comes on. I still got to tinker with that one. I haven't gotten up there yet. Fog light in the front, spotlight in the front, all that comes on. And then I went ahead and I started looming everything and zip tying, and pretty much spent the most of today getting it all done. I've still got to do the vacuum lines for the Mac valve, but I got the transducer and the wastegate wired in. I have to probably find a way to keep this from getting too close to the exhaust. I have it zip tied down here for now, but I might need to make something off the front of the head, kind of a little standoff, and then when I zip tied here, loom, got all that done, and then I was ready to kind of fire the boat up. And this is where like following the instructions works out really good. So with the HyperSpark distributor, gives you that clear cap and sets a good base point for the distributor. It's not guaranteed that it's 100% on zero, but it is a very good base point with setting the distributor. With mine, sorry. I grabbed the timing light and verified timing through the handheld. You can go under tuning, and then I don't remember if it's advanced or where it is. I'm not 100% sure how to get through the software to set static. I mean, you could go in the timing table and, you know, set a specific number in there, but in the handheld it gives you a specific point. It says static timing. I set it to 18. It was kind of chuggy and it was off about 4 degrees, so I loosened the distributor and just turned it just a hair, lined up the balancer at 4 degrees, tightened it down, got it up to about 2700, and it was pretty much on point. Once I get the vacuum lines run and I wheel the boat out and hook it up, I will redo it at 3000, 3500, somewhere around there, just to make sure it's 100% on point, right where it needs to be. But I had to play with that to keep the boat running. It would start and idle and then kind of chug itself down, and it was idle hunting, which is basically the timing's not in sync, and it just couldn't quite get there, but it was close. So I've had it running for a little while and kind of playing with the fuel map. It was really lean at idle, so I played with the fuel map a bunch, to the point where now, if you kind of look at idle, it's only trying to pull like 0.2%, not even a full point. But I also have, not here, come on, eventually, there we go. So I have away, go away. Closed loop learn. See, I have under 1,000 RPM all zeroed out. Adding and subtracting, I have it all zeroed out. Same with learn parameters, under 1,000 RPM, completely zeroed out. I do not know why you're trying to connect. After that, I have 100% learn for now. And what I've found is with all the Holley systems, with all kind of quote unquote self-tuning fuel injection systems, they will mess with your idle to no end. Like, they'll keep pulling, then they'll keep adding, and there'll be points where it overcompensates a bunch and does all that. So another huge advantage in the Holley is that it's just super easy to just shut these cells right here off, and you can change your engine RPM at the bottom. You can take this one and say, I know you can change it, I believe you can change it. I'm not 100% positive that you can change it, but I thought you could change that learn down there. Don't know why you keep trying to connect. That's all right, but I mean, under 1,000 RPM, that's pretty much idle. And then once I start working through each RPM, we'll probably never see 7,000 to 8,000 RPM. I'll start lowering this, so I'll let it run through once to get a quick, pull or add fuel, and then I'll transfer the table. The learn tables over here. This is the learn table, so that's pretty much the cells it hit, and you can see it's adding a ton of fuel right in this area, because I really haven't played with the fuel table other than right around the idle area. So yeah, you can see it's trying to add a whole bunch of fuel, which these 90s, I would almost 100, I would debate on those. So what I would do is take and drag across all the cells and do fill row, and then it'll blend across. The 70s are probably a little low. Why are you trying to connect, man? Just leave it alone. Oh, the key's off. Whoopsies, whoopsies, whoopsies. So yeah, I mean, the boat starts right up. Start whipping a little bit of black smoke, telling me that it's starting to run rich. And being that that's, it's not lean. I mean, it's lean, but it's not disgustingly lean. It doesn't get super hot. I mean, the boat's at 183, and it runs good. If I start fattening it up, it starts to get kind of chuggy. If I lean it out a little bit more, it kind of sounds like it wants to go and start having a skip to it. So I've got pretty much vacuum lines and tuning left to do on this, and then a couple of support bars. But I mean, it's really responsive, and it just runs so much better than it ever has. So So I'm pretty sure he'll be super, super happy with it. So I'm gonna get back on running the vacuum lines, get the 2 supports built, and come back in the next video when we are actually tuning on the boat, and getting it up and running, getting the boost control sorted out, and we will get it figured out. So I appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified of new videos, and leave a comment. Have a good day.